and welcome once again. All Takes Valid, episode 51. As always, I go by Trill Trayy, joined once again with Spence or SP21 and my main man Vick buying up. So, Vick, why don't you go ahead and give him a rundown for today's show?
All right. So for today's episode, we will be going over the Bears first, followed by the Colts. Again, we're doing the continuation of our evaluation on each roster, going from worst to the best. Um, Free agency is already done with, as we all know. Today is April 3rd. So, yeah, we will be doing that. Trey will be taking the honors of starting off the show with the Chicago Bears, what they should do in this upcoming draft of 2021.
Ah,
So, Trey,
Bears.
what
The
you got for
honor, the honors, huh?
us?
Yeah.
Look,
So
man,
before we
somebody
talk,
got to do it.
about, I guess their needs, because I feel like they got just they got they got they got some work to do, right? So
Of course.
they made the playoffs last year though. They made it as 7th seed in NFC. They finished 8-8,
Hmm.
ranked 14th in defense, 22nd in offense. Everybody feels like, I mean, the elephant in the room. Everybody feels like they definitely need a quarterback. They came out this week and said Andy Dalton's their guy. He is the starter. They view him as a starting quarterback still. So yeah, that's where they're at with that. So all you Bears fans, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go through that at least for this season. Uh, Predicting that Nagy and the GM probably both won't be there after this season, honestly, especially with that move. But as far as needs, offensive line, if you're since we're gonna eliminate quarterback, obviously, like that's the elephant in the room that everybody feels like they need one, but clearly they don't think that. So whatever. So besides quarterback, obviously, because you and where they're sitting, they probably won't get a quarterback that they probably would want to start anyways. Um, Offensive line is a probably a thing to need. Uh, as we talked about, kind of off air, losing Kyle Fuller in that secondary, that is going to be a glaring need at corner as well. Uh, so somebody I see that probably could fall to them in this situation probably would be, again, we've talked about him the past couple shows, but Caleb Farley, just because of the whole back procedure he just recently had and everything like that. Some of the higher teams that might need corner, they're probably going to go other places, and I could see him be available for the Bears. If not, if he was to be gone, potentially go somewhere on the offensive line. But yeah, I really don't even get Caleb Farley, right? So okay, you fits that hole, I guess, in the secondary, right? Considering he recovers well, and let's say he transitions early on. Not every cornerback is going to transition that first year and be able to, step up like that. But let's say he does have a good year. The defense is not what I really worry about when I see the Bears. It is the offense. They still need a wide receiver to me, besides Allen Robinson. They did retain him. Obviously, they franchised him. No run game really. Uh, I know they had injuries at running back last year, so that might have had a little something to do with it. But to me, they don't have any true like star every down running back, which that's okay if you have a committee, which a lot of the league is doing now. But even that, like, I, the fact that they made the playoffs is kind of is I'm surprised, honestly, because I feel like there's more holes than than just one draft can probably fix, especially when you have Andy Dalton that's gonna be under center. You probably would want to have a lot more weapons to try to take away the pressure, I would say, off of Andy Dalton. Tight end, who's their tight end? Uh,
Sure.
Last I seen was what, Trey Burton, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. But it's just like there's plenty of
Oh,
needs on that offense that I.
he's
Yeah.
over.
But as far as the draft goes, my pick, who I feel like I said, I feel like probably will fall to them in at this position in the draft would be Caleb Farley. It feels a position of need. Obviously, defense being a strong point, maybe that is the way to go. Just try to bolster or get that back up to par. Since like I said, losing Kyle Fuller, that is going to be a big blow to them.
Uh, oof. All right. So I was evaluating the roster to the best of my abilities, and as Trey was talking about, we talked about the old quarterback issue, which if the Bears do indeed go in that route of not addressing the quarterback situation at any point in the draft, I would say definitely in the either day one or day two. Um, Bears fans,
Wow.
brace yourself, bite down on that towel. It's going to be a rough one. We didn't see what the Cowboys did last season with Andy Dalton, and they were decimated with injuries along that offensive line. The Bears' offensive line, yikes. All right, so prepare yourself. But I do agree with Trey on the route that he's going. But first things first, I think ultimately, I don't know entirely of how deep the draft is with offensive line. So I feel like Rashawn Slater, he'll be gone by the time um, the Bears come on the board. But there is a prospect that I would consider if I was a Bears fan or just the Bears organization. Um, Offensive guard Watt Davis from the Ohio State.
Yep.
Um, yes. Um, that would be a position where I would probably address more so. But if indeed Caleb Farley does fall to you at your pick, run down to the podium with the card, select Caleb Farley. But other than that, offensive line, if there is not a cornerback available, select him. Um, Other than that, wide receiver, defense, interior lineman are my other team needs. But I feel like with how deep the receivers are, how deep this class is in terms of receivers, you can get one in the second,
Or
and
third.
they do have, and
Or
yeah, and they do. Trey, that you said that. I mean, not Trey. Spence, you said they have 3 third-round picks.
they have 97, 99, and 107 or
All right, so
103. Two of
they
them
they
are from
have
New Orleans.
so they have options in terms of either day two or day three for sure. Select a receiver. So you can definitely get a receiver at that point.
Well, didn't they
Um,
have that kid? They had a receiver last year. Is it Mooney?
oh yeah, Miller, I think it
Oh,
was. No, not Miller.
Mooney.
Yeah, it is Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney. Yeah,
Yeah, Mooney. Yeah, Mooney.
Tyron Mooney or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy squad.
So
I
yeah,
was
I
hoping.
mean, you get one more receiver to throw in there into that mix. I probably want like you said, the draft is deep at receiver. You're probably not gonna have anybody that you probably like in the first. Maybe there's somebody you get in the second or third after that. But
Mhm.
okay, with the draft capital they have, if things go right, maybe they can fix this a little bit. My whole thing why I'm so down on the Bears is just looking at the division, and that bad man named Aaron Rodgers is like, you got to be able to compete, and you're comfortable starting Andy Dalton. You just feel like that's you feel like that's the thing. That's what's gonna work. Okay, all right, cool. I honestly, and y'all might hate me for this. I would have kept Trubisky if you're gonna start Andy Dalton.
To be honest, I agree.
You're gonna start Dalton, you might as well just kept Trubisky.
You might as well.
More athletic at this point.
Because I'll get to me when I get to me. Go ahead, Vic.
And so yeah, with that being said, it also makes me think too. What's Allen Robinson, wide receiver Allen Robinson? Bears fans, y'all can pretty much say he's not going to be back next season.
Well, no, they can franchise him again, right?
Yeah, you're right. Well, in that case, wide receiver might be a big need for y'all too. But again, I would try to go later unless if there's a receiver that falls to you, like saying the Alabama receiver Waddle, if it's because of his injury that he's coming off of, or maybe wide receiver Rashad Bateman from Minnesota would be another good option. But I would definitely try to address that offensive line just to kind of brace Andy Dalton for the beating that he's going to be getting this upcoming season. So with that being said, that's all that I have. Spence, what you got?
Well, for the Bears, first, Trayy, he's Cole Kemet. If I'm saying his
the tight end.
Yeah, the tight end.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm wrong. I just really thought about it. For whatever reason, going into last year, the Bears had like 100 tight ends on their roster at one point. Because wasn't Jimmy Graham just over there too?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm tripping. My fault, y'all. Yeah, so yeah, they had a bunch of tight ends, but it's a reason they had tight ends because
Jimmy Graham get injured, and that's why who took over is Cole Kmet. He was supposed to overtake Jimmy after his like rookie year or something like that. But for the Bears, well, I'm all in agreement with the guys. If Caleb Farley is not taken and it just falls on your lap gently like a flower, go ahead and pick that one up. But in retrospect, if he does get picked up early, my thing, I also went line, but I went for tackle for Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma.
Okay.
I had him. Like you said, just get somebody on the line because Andy Dalton's going to be running for his life. So let's try to minimize that. Try to get somebody on the line to minimize that. Also, I have a corner on defense if they don't go that route. Also, Greg Newsome from Northern Western. If all the top ones like Horn, Satin, and all of them are gone, which there will be, hopefully. This one is just a good backup just in case, just to fill something in that retrospect. I don't know if Greg Newsome will fit the defense of it, maybe. I don't know, because the scheme, maybe it will give him time to adjust a little bit. But if you really just want line, then that one will work. Bears fans, okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all might as well just kept Mitchell. Y'all should have just kept Trubisky. Eddie Dalton is gonna give you what most Eddie Dalton games are gonna give you. Probably some wins, some losses, and some ones that like Indy. What are you doing? Like, oh man, y'all should have kept Mitchell. At least y'all know y'all get high draft capital. But that, I don't know, man. Is the defense is. I wouldn't say that's a really big issue because, of course, Khalil Mack is still there. Hicks, if he stays healthy, is still there, able to make, some. Is Eddie Jackson still there?
They beat the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, he is. Sure
okay, yeah.
They beat
the champs.
Y'all remember that game? They beat the champs. Yeah, they had that boy confused.
The Chiefs beat the champs. The Saints beat the champs, but we beat them when they count. They didn't really have to pay.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, I agree. There's second, third round, especially a lot of third round picks they have from New Orleans, they should be able to get a wide receiver that they're like, all right, yeah, I like how he could probably fit the offense of Nagy, but yeah, I mean,
Oh, and
I
Nagy's
feel like
go back to actually calling plays this year.
yeah. So
I
hopefully,
don't know if
hopefully,
that's good. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
I don't know, I don't know either. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Look, we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. None of us here really wanted to talk about the Bears, so I'm sorry.
It's not. It's not. I don't want to talk. Look, it's not. I don't want to talk about the Bears. It's just that Bears fan.
Okay,
Y'all got.
I didn't
Y'all,
want to talk about the Bears. Let me speak for myself. Then I didn't
okay.
want to talk about the Bears. So we're just gonna move on. We have the schedule.
Okay. I don't
For the
have the schedule.
Okay, I got it here. I got it minus the extra game, so I don't know who their extra game is. If you can look that up. Go ahead.
Trey, before you speak, I just want to say one thing. I'm still watching game film, but so far, my favorite prospect on the defensive side so far, at least especially in the secondary, is J.C. Horn from South Carolina. I've already said that before, but I just want to say it again. I like every time I put on his film, it's exciting. Whoever gets him, I feel like he's gonna be a beast, a Pro Bowler. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Where he's not going, Baltimore, so it doesn't matter.
Well, hey, it's okay. It's all good.
Hey Trey, before we move on, I gotta point this out. Yo, Vic, you becoming really SEC for me, bro. You becoming really SEC for me, bro. First you talk about Kyle Pitt from Florida. Now you want to talk about this or something. Bro, I ain't hear one Miami out of your mouth, bro.
We haven't got there yet.
All right.
Go
ahead, Trey.
Okay, so yeah. So this again is minus the extra added game. I don't have that in front of me. So obviously they have their division games. Packers,
of course,
twice. Vikings twice. Lions twice. Okay, so their home games outside of their division opponents, they got San Fran at home. They got the Giants at home, the Bengals at home, the Cardinals at home, and the Ravens at home. Now they will travel to Pittsburgh, to the Rams, to Seattle, to Cleveland, and to Tampa.
Wow.
Okay, hang on.
I'm saying
so
two.
give me hang on. Give me their home games one more time.
San Fran, Giants, Bengals,
okay.
Cardinals, Ravens. And then obviously the Packers once, Vikings once, and Lions once.
Ooh. Let me double check.
Nah, I'm gonna say three. Even though I feel like 4 games is reasonable, but I'm gonna say 3.
Is this thing on?
What you say?
I said, is this thing on?
What did you say?
In the first round, the Chicago Bears will select.
No, y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping.
No. I'll say 5.
I see 6. I saw 6.
I
feel like they could beat the Lions twice.
Right.
I feel like they can beat the Bengals.
Right.
3. Hold on.
I feel like they can beat Detroit. I feel like they can beat Detroit. At least go 1-1. They can go 1-1.
I feel like that's gonna be a split.
I think they can go 1-1 with Detroit. At least they can go 1-1.
Damn, I said 6, and I'm not seeing 6 no more now. That
wait, hold on. You don't think they can go? Wait,
6.
hold on. You don't think they go 1-1 with Detroit?
I said they split Detroit.
Oh, okay,
I'm saying I say they sweep Detroit.
Oh, it's sweep Detroit. Okay.
And
okay,
I got 3, but
I got Bengals.
Okay,
with Detroit.
Okay.
There was another one that you said.
Bengals split with
you
Detroit.
should be able to get Minnesota once too. I feel like maybe.
Right, that's what I'm saying. At least one. They can get one. They can split Minnesota.
But then
Kirk
you
can
also
throw a
have
game.
teams like the 49ers right now. We don't know what they're going to do at quarterback either. That's a potential maybe.
Nah, even
Yeah,
I
but
still
then
like
again,
them
Andy
defense
Dalton
style.
fixed their defense.
Yeah, the defense,
Yeah.
no. Sorry.
The Giants,
No,
you're saying that now. If we
I'm
had this
saying
show
that.
earlier before the moves the Giants made, and their offensive
Maybe.
line is still trash, so factor that
That's
in.
true.
Lil Mack and them boys.
I would
I
say
already
Khalil
don't
Miller.
trust Daniel. I'm giving them that one. I feel like they can beat the Giants. That's 4.
Okay. That's what I
Seattle,
said.
they can get Seattle run for their money as with the O-line currently as constructed. I'm not saying they will beat Seattle, but they
I'm
can
gonna
get
leave
6
that one.
wins, and we don't know what their extra game is. Let me see
True.
if I can pull that up real quick because that
I'm
might
gonna say
help
5.
me get
I'm
them.
gonna say 5
I'm-
right now.
I'm
I'm gonna say 5 right
with it.
now.
I'm sticking with it.
Whatever that extra game is going to be a factor for me.
4 is the most that I could see.
You gotta give me. I'll give him whatever that extra game is. I'll give him 5. Man,
Shoot, I'll take you up on that bet too.
Oh, so the Raiders are their extra game, which that's that could go either way type of game. So I'm gonna stick with my guns. They can go 6 and 11.
I'm gonna say I'll take you up. I'll do 6 and 11 because maybe one of those games is not gonna go the way that somebody's gonna think about it. I'll do 6.
I'm going 4.
4.
They're gonna be a top 3.
They're gonna need it too for that draft.
That's it.
Even though we'll see.
Okay, so I see 6. I mean, they could upset Baltimore. I don't know. Lamar might have to go to the bathroom again. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
It's not like they got receivers, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Moving on.
So yeah, 6 and 11 Bears fans is what so far, but we'll see how this draft goes for you guys. Y'all might can change my mind. Clearly, Vick is not sold at all on you guys. He just like, oh man, they win in 3 games. He just, hey, they matter of fact, they could beat the champs again and prove it wasn't no fluke. Run it back.
I'll take you up on that bet.
Huh?
I'll take you up on that bet.
Nah, last time I bet on the Bears, funny story. It's the playoffs, I think 2 years ago, where the kicker kicked it off of the upright.
Cody Parkey.
Yeah, Mr. Parkey, which I should have won the bet, like, and he just, yeah.
I was at Dave and Buster's.
I would never bet on the Bears again. So I'm sorry. I will not take you up on that.
I was at Dave and Buster when that happened. That's crazy.
They scarred me. I'm good. But yeah, hopefully Bears fans, hopefully your guys' new coach and GM come in after this year and get it together, because I'm going on record in predicting that Nagy's job will be lost after this season. It's not something you wish on somebody to lose their job, but it just isn't logical, the fact that even if you were going to sign Andy Dalton, right, like they did it so quickly during free agency, and that's a signing you make after the draft. Like, see how everything plays out. You don't know what could happen. I just don't get it. Now, the only thing I will give them props for is they said that they did make a hard push for Russell Wilson, apparently. Supposedly. That's what it said. They made like a deal they couldn't refuse, and the Seahawks refused it. So, so at least I can say they tried in that sense, but you don't follow up going after Russell Wilson with, here's Andy Dalton. It's not the same at all. Just, it don't hit the same. You should have been on the phone for Deshaun Watson if you tried to go that hard after Russell, but whatever. Andy Dalton's the guy. The Bears going 6-11. You heard it here first. But with that being said, we can go on to the next topic in the Indianapolis Colts.